Imagine what you could be buying instead.
Simon told Helen wins a half length. Zach Manelli second.
Welcome to Greyhound Gossip.
Peaky Blinders start cheering for Tommy Shelby wins the WA Sprint Championship final.
Featuring Peter O'Neill and Leia Ernest.
Mozza moves up to Mermaid Manelli. Fab's Gem 3 deep. Here comes Fab's Gem.
Hard style Rico by 5 lengths to Simon told Helen. Third Tommy Shelby.
This segment is dedicated to the discussion and promotion of greyhound racing.
Cindy's Oliver, Rockstar Patriot, Paul Stewart, back-to-back with Rockstar Patriot in the Galaxy.
Handsome Prince, a boulder clear. The former Tasmanian Handsome Prince has won the $1 million chase.
And a very good morning, everyone tuned into Greyhound Gossip, and a very good morning to you, Peter O'Neill.
And a very good morning to you, Leia, and everyone. Yes, what a weekend it was. Greyhound racing with probably the longest price winner I've ever seen at Cannington. $138 chance getting up to cause a boil over. And, of course, I'm talking about the win on Saturday night of Bad Boy Jagger, a greyhound who'd never won in 10 starts, Leia, over the 700 metres, I should say, at Cannington. And he stormed home to nail the odds on Pop Couch Surfer. $138. That'd be nice if you had a couple of dollars each way.
Wow, I wish I had even $1 on that. That would have been a good investment.
It certainly would have been a good investment, and there was a really good night of chasing there with a couple of upsets there on Saturday night and a good program on Friday night as well. So looking forward to what is going to be a big week of greyhound racing. We're counting down to the Nationals. It's only a couple of weeks away when we have the WA Sprint and Distance Championship to see who will be representing Western Australia. And, of course, over the weekend we saw Victorian chaser Launch Code take out the maturity. Only recently joined the care of Brooke Ennis, and certainly has been very, very impressive, and was an impressive winner in the Launch Code there on the weekend. And Fireball taking out the running of the Alfie Moon, taking out the Fireball for Jessica Hopkins as well. Let's get straight into the program. A man who had a very good night on Friday night was Corey White, and he is about to join us. Corey, Peter O'Neill and Leia Ernest with you on this Monday morning. You must be tickled pink with the way your Saturday night went.
I am, Pete. Yeah, good morning to you both. It went better than I expected, really. The prices of the dogs that I had racing weren't really favoured to win, but they were up against some good competition on Saturday night, but they raced well.
Let's start with the early program at Argyle Queen. I've been talking because of the fact that I've had a greyhound go around in these city novices over the last few weeks, how strong they are and the quality of young dogs that we have in Western Australia at the moment. And she's really stamped her authority, hasn't she, in recent starts? She's now won 3 of the last 4, and it was a really good win there on Saturday night.
Yeah, it was. I expect her just to get a little bit better and a little bit stronger as the weeks go on now. She's had a really long spell. She had a seasonal spell, and when she returned to full-time work and training, she didn't really return to her best that she was showing early. So I was patient with her, and she gradually came good, and she was good enough to be competitive in those city class novices over the last couple of weeks. But like you say, they are very tough. They're not easy to win.
Tell us about what you have to do. So she wins her maiden, I think it was in early April, and then she comes in season straight away, did she?
Yeah, she did come in season a couple of days after that, Pete. And, the trainers these days have the option to put them on the contraceptive tablets to prevent them coming into season, or just go natural. And this particular bitch, I didn't have her on the tablets at a young age, so she came into season, and then after around the 9-week mark, their bodies think that they're going to produce pups, so they produce milk in their teeth. So you need to be patient and allow that to dry up before you can commence any serious work with them. So tipping them out for 2.5 to 3 months is the usual time frame. Once they come in season, and just let their bodies return to racing naturally, let nature take its course. So, it's definitely benefited her in this case. She was quite immature early days, and having a seasonal spell has really switched her on, and she's got better kennel manners around the kennel now, and she's doing everything right as far as her training goes. So she should be she should have a bright future, I think.
So the maturity obviously helps, doesn't it? And the fact that she's now just almost 2.5 years of age. She showed her smartness there the other night. Bo Cruz just came off the inside and she took that inside run.
Yeah, she did, Pete. Yeah, she's it has paid off. Just being just wait for her. She was quite a handful early days. But, yeah, she's really switched on now, and she's an easy dog to train. So all like her would be too easy to train greyhounds. So, but, yeah, she used her smarts the other night and rode underneath that dog and just got the job done. It was good.
Corey, we were talking about maturity, and you've got Papa Mono in your care, of course. You've had this greyhound for a little while now, another win there for you on the weekend. Papa Mono will be 4 this year, if my math is correct, but still ticking over, getting some wins for you.
Yeah, that's right. He's been more than handy, that dog. He hasn't really been the type of dog that you can rely on for a punt, if punters are listening, because he's well known for blowing the start, as you know, but he's renowned for his strength. So he offended, it'd be close to 12 months ago, over the 600 metres. He didn't go into the catching pen. He got a warning for it, and then he won again the next week over 600 metres, and he didn't go into the catching pen, so he got disqualified from racing until he completed a satisfactory trial into the pen. And he passed at Kennington not too long ago over the 520 metres after a long spell on the sidelines from a hock injury, and so I just raced him over the 520, but the distance is too short for him, as you know. He's been really hitting the line hard at the end of his races and coming home strong. So it was time to do that satisfactory trial for him into the pen over the 600 metres, because that's the distance that he offended. So I had to do a recent trial, and he only just went into the catching pen. He still remembers it. He's still got his smarts, but he's liking the 600-metre racing, obviously, and I'm likely to step him up shortly over the 700 too, I think. I think he might handle that.
Yeah, well, I mean, just watching him race on the Saturday was a great example of that. You know, as you mentioned, he came out about 5th or 4th out of the boxes and then managed to take out the win over the 600. And the last run he had over the 600 metres was around this time last year at Cannington.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, and he came out, I think he was one of the last out of the boxes, in fact, and he was victorious then. So obviously the longer distance is best suited for him. So do you think you'll be stepping him up in distance soon, or will he have more runs over the 600 metres?
Yeah, I will be stepping him up in distance soon. There is some feature races coming up, the WA Distance Championship, etc., over the 7:15, and his last section over the 600 metres indicates that he's worthy of stepping up. So with his age, it hasn't really affected him yet at this stage. So I'm likely just to press on over the 600 and 700 metres for sure.
He's been a great chaser for you, Corey. I love watching him and love calling him, although he threw me there a little bit on Saturday night. He's won close to $100,000, by the way, but he threw me on Saturday night because he jumped so well and he was able to get to the front a lot earlier than he normally does.
Yeah, see, racing over the 520, he's been in full fields, 8-dog fields, and over the 600, I think that there was 3 600-metre races the other night, and there was only 5 or 6 dog fields, so he was able to navigate his way through the traffic easier in the smaller field. It wasn't an easy lineup. There was some good competition in that race, but yeah, he definitely appreciated the smaller field, and that can be the advantage over the 600 and 700 metres with the distance racing WA. They're not always full fields, so if you do have a bit of track sense and you're smart about you, the dogs can navigate their way through traffic a lot easier.
Yeah, you've done very well with him, so congratulations. And I sent you a congratulations text after that win. Said, well done on the double. Not expecting you to go and have 3 for the night, but you upset King Tommy with your Greyhound Fearless Max, who was first up over the 600. You must have been wrapped with that run.
Yeah, no one expected that dog to get beat. He's got a lot of ability, that dog. He's a very handy youngster. Obviously, as you know, Fearless Max just jumped straight to the lead. I think there was a little bit of trouble behind him. So it's just one of those nights where a little bit of luck was on our side and everything went to plan. Everything went well. So, it was nice to get a treble for the night for sure, Pete.
Corey, a non-related greyhound question for you. I've noticed that you are running over the 150K to raise money for the Fred Hollows Foundation. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, that just popped up online, and I've been running for the last couple of years, but over the last 12 months, I've really stepped it up. I pretty much go for a run every day, run between 5 and 10 kilometres every day. So, just try to stay fit and active. So this popped up, and I just thought I'm going to have a go, just to set myself a little challenge. So obviously with the 150 kilometres for the month of August, you can choose to do it all in a day if you like, but it's just for the month of August. So I worked it out. It's 5Ks per day for 30 days. So I thought that'd be a walk in the park. I can do that. So I just wanted to do that as a little fundraiser and do something different.
Corey, how can people donate towards your cause? And it is a very good cause, and well done for running the 150Ks. I'm glad it's you and not me, but how can people get behind you and support you in the month of August?
When early on, when the month starts, I'll put another post up just to let the Facebook friends and the community out there know that I'm going to commence that run, and there'll be a little link that they can press on that post to make any little contributions that they like. So, that'd be excellent. I'll do that early August.
Fantastic. Thank you, Corey. A great cause there that you're supporting, and well done again with the 3 wins at Cannington on Saturday.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Appreciate the call.
Corey White there joining us here on Greyhound Gossip this Monday. We're going to get straight into our next special guest of the day, and I speak of Brad Cook. Brad, a very good morning to you.
Morning, Leia. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Monday morning, living the dream.
Living the dream. Beautiful weather too to go up to the Avon Valley, which we'll talk about in a moment. Brad, good morning to you. Gee, your team's flying at the moment. I did some research over the weekend. I think you've had 75 winners already this year, and out of your last 10 runs over the last couple of days, you've had a winner and I think 6 or 7 place getters. You were knocking on the door over the weekend, and great to see Carrie Heffernan win, but you could have probably won 2 or 3 more.
We had a pretty good Friday night. Like you said, Carrie was a really good win. She just keeps surprising me, that dog. So every time I set her a new challenge, she kind of steps up. But the weekend wasn't too bad. I would have liked probably Tinker Ripple to get the job done, but that's racing, and can't complain because I haven't really got a good dog in the kennel. So if we go to the track and get a winner in a few placings, we're always happy with that.
And Carrie Heffernan's really flying at the moment. I think she's won 3 of the last 4 now. You said that she surprised you. She's beautifully bred, though, isn't she? And she always, early on, promised a fair bit.
Yeah, she did. And I think Lewis Clay had her early on in her career, and he got to a point he thought, maybe a change of kennel would do the trick. So Ryan rang me up, and I think they bought her off connections, and Lopesy came in on another dog. He seems to be my good luck charm at the moment. Lopesy, everything he buys into wins races. But yeah, her first start for me, she actually took a really bad fall at Northam and pulled up really sore in her shoulder, and we're a little bit worried she'd get back to the racetrack, but we give her a little bit extra off, and that's why I was probably a little bit sceptical about how far she, kind of come back with her career. But every time she just keeps producing, and I think now we'll step her up to 380 and see if she can do something there, because she's done everything right over the short so far.
Yeah, she certainly has. Just on Lopesy, does he give you any fruit and veg when he wins a race?
Oh, look, he's always good for a weekly update on what the specials are. But look, he's a fantastic bloke, Tony, and he watches every single dog. Unfortunately, we had to pull Henry out from today, so he likes to just kind of get out of work for a couple of minutes and watch his dogs race. And with the little team he's got that he owns, I think it makes going to work for him pretty enjoyable at the moment. He's plenty of winners.
Anything serious with Henry, the reigning Northern Track Star of the Year?
Not really, just a little shoulder issue that he's had for most of his career. Early on, he had some time off, and it just every now and again it kind of just rears its head again, and we just need to give him a week off to kind of get over it. His last run, he's getting a little bit older now, so he's probably more, like top grade is very hard at, when you're at your best, let alone as you get a little bit older. Just a little shoulder issue. We thought we'd just give him the week off, probably take him back to Cannington on a Friday night, the 275. And it's, there's some really good dogs going to Northern this year. After Show's absolutely flying. That's kind of had the measure of Henry the last few runs. So now just try and find a bit of an easier race for him.
We have Mandra obviously going through works at the moment, Brad, but you've been very, very successful at Northam. How many greyhounds have you got in your care at the moment, and do they mainly race at Northam?
At the moment, I think between myself and Victoria, we probably have about 45 dogs. This year probably hasn't been the greatest year at Northam for me. And it's one of those things. Northam's a bit of a unique track where you can take dogs up there and you think they might like it and they don't really, or you can take dogs up there and you're kind of not sure how they go and they absolutely love the place. So I think I've only got 3 in today, a little bit quiet. I probably not, at the moment, there's nothing there that really kind of, you take there and goes, you really, really loves the track. So I've probably got more of a Cannington team right now than what I do a Northern team. But it's very hard to buy dogs at the moment. I've been kind of chasing a few on the East Coast that I'd like to buy and get over here that I think would go great up there. But, yeah, no one really wants to sell dogs at the moment, which is probably a good sign, means the prize money's really good.
The prize money's good over here as well. Benny McLean's having a good year. Of course, you took out the Northern Trainer of the Year award last year. Can you catch him or not?
Oh, I don't think so. Ben's flying. And I actually give him... Well, me and him went halves in a couple of dogs, Barefoot Wawa and... I can't think of the other one's name. And they've just been going absolutely super up there. So Ben's got a really good young team, low-graded dogs, and that's probably the key. If you want to be leading trainer, you need a lot of low-graded dogs to work their way through the grades. And, he's absolutely flying. So I think him and Morgan Turner, Morgan on a Thursday is dominating and Ben McLean on the Mondays and Thursdays. It'd be very hard to catch Ben.
You mentioned, or Leia mentioned, the fact that Mandra is hopefully going to be up and running very, very soon. How difficult has it been for you as a trainer with only having the 2 tracks and the greyhounds racing at both of those venues?
Personally, for me, not a huge difference because I didn't race a lot. I really only raced on a Thursday night at Mandra. I think for the people who had more the 405 dogs, it's probably hit them a lot harder in regards to that. They've had to either try and get their dog to run 500 or put their dogs over 380, and racing over the 380 can be an absolute lottery at the best. It's more so who draws next year as opposed to whether you think you got the fastest dog in the race. But look, Mandra is good to give another option to. And it is hard if you've got a dog who maybe has had a fall at Cannington or at Northam. You're one option down of being able to change tracks on them. But as a rule, I really only race there on a Thursday. So I've quite enjoyed only having to drive 15 minutes to the track going to Cannington. I've saved a lot on fuel and don't have to deal with the mosquitoes. So I'm quite enjoying Mandra being shut down at the moment.
I'm sure a lot of people are with you there with the mosquitoes, Brad. Now, before we let you go, I do have one more question. How does one get involved in ownership with Lopesy? Because he's your lucky charm and you're saying that he's winning all these races. So how do we go about that?
Well, that's a very interesting question, actually. I think pretty much, I'm pretty blessed in the fact that, if there's a dog that I kind of like that I'd like to buy, generally I message Lopesy and Ryan and but, I don't think Lopesy's knocked a dog back yet. But I guess, if you go into his fruit and veg shop and say, look, we'd like to jump on board and go in the next dog with you, I'm pretty sure he'd be keen to let you jump in as well.
Wonderful, and I can grab some fruit and veg on my way out as well.
Win-win, isn't it?
It is. Thank you for joining us this morning, Brad, and we wish you the best of luck with the rest of your greyhounds.
No worries. Appreciate it. Anytime. Thank you.
Brad Cook there joining us on Greyhound Gossip this morning. Also, special mention, Pete, we did forget to have a chat about, we chat about it the weekend racing, but we forgot to mention the Kenyatta Trophy final on Wednesday, and Shane Williams was successful with Belmac Blazer.
Yeah, did very, very well, Shane. He had a big week because he won a race on the Wednesday at Belmont Park. Shorty was involved in that as well, and I think a few greyhound trainers might have been involved with that runner as well. So well done to all of them. Jason Lincoln was involved in it as well, so he's flying at the moment.
That was Jason Lincoln's first ever horse, did you know, Pete?
It was, yes.
Yeah.
I was actually with them the night. Shane and also Jason... Patch Adams, Mark Olmos, I was with them all at Gloucester Park the night that they actually purchased that yearling, and I wasn't offered a share. Still scratching my head to work out
How
where I was.
How did they leave you out, Pete? You were right there.
Well, they don't like me. Anyway, that's life, and you just move on. I'm looking forward to going back to the Avon Valley this afternoon. I'll be calling all the action first at 1:32, Leia, so you'll probably be finished by the time I get up there, but we'll look forward to the 12-race card up there this afternoon, and we have heats of the Dale Cup, which is always a very, very good series, and last year was taken out by Garnett's Gem for Jamie Marsh, amplified the year before, so looking forward to heading up to Northern this afternoon.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for your company on the show today, Pete. We'll take a short break before we get into race day.